Alright guys, and welcome back. Right, plan for today's video is to get this C20LET block looking brand new again. So as you can see, it's got years of grime, rust, dirt, peeling paint, looks terrible, but I know I can clean this up and make it look really nice. So I'm going to start with the wire wheel. My advice to you kids out there is to always wear protection. So we're now at an acceptable level with the block. It's not obviously perfect because I haven't sandblasted it, but it's pretty good. So I'm going to use some heavy duty degreaser, which is water based, and a brush on my drill and just go around and give it a good scrub. Right, it's been on a good 5 minutes. I'm going to give it a pressure wash now. Right, I'm going to call that done. I'm going to bring it inside and dry it off now because it's soaking and it's going to go rusty if I don't dry it pretty quick. Alright guys, so I'm just taking the oil pump off because I've noticed there's a slight tight spot when you turn it over on number 1 and 4 when you get to top dead centre. I'm not sure if it's something in the oil pump. Now, it's clearly been left off this at some point, and the bottom of the engine's full of like fibres and stuff from like insulation, I suppose, like roof insulation it looks like. So I've cleaned it all out, but I'm just a little bit worried there's probably something in the oil pump or something somewhere. So taking it off. Now these here, these little rings get really tight on XCs and LETs obviously. And if you can't get that off, you can't get the oil pump off. So what I've done, I've lubed it. I've gone round this with some emery cloth just to clean it up, end of the crank. And I'm going to use a couple of pry bars behind here and behind here. So it's not actually touching any of the mating surfaces and it comes off. I did tap it on and off a few times. You can probably see that's really rusty inside. So yeah, just a bit of penetrating oil. Take your time. And off she comes. So obviously that's the oil pump. That spins around and builds oil pressure up. So let's see if it's still tight now. I'm going to say no, it's not. So there might be something inside this oil pump. So I'm going to leave it off for now. I might take it apart and clean it out. I may just get a new one, we'll see. So I'm using U-Pol X Primer. I'm just going to give it a light dust and then I'll use some 2K top coat. Right, let that dry for half an hour or so and I can give it some direct gloss. Right, so I've just mixed up some direct gloss 2K black paint. So this is 2 parts paint to 1 part activator. It obviously dries a lot faster than off-the-shelf stuff and it's a lot harder and it's going to be a lot more durable. So let's give it a couple of coats now. Right guys, so the block's had 1 coat of 2K black and I've just decided to strip the oil pump and just check it because I said there's a slight tight spot. So I just wanted to check this looks okay, and it does. It looks really good. So I've stripped it, cleaned it, I've refaced all the surfaces and it rotates really nicely now. Right, so how does it work? Oil comes up the pickup pipe here, crankshaft rotates, compresses the oil around here, goes through a gallery, comes into the oil filter through here, and then out here, out here, out here, into the block, into the oil turbo feed, pressure switch, the lot. And that's it, really simple. There should be a cover what goes back on here. I'm going to put some assembly lube in here and I'll put the cover back on. Just like that. This is very sticky stuff. It works a treat. Alright, now put the cover back on. And that, guys, is ready to fit. So the block's just had a second coat and now moving on to the top hat. So I've just degreased it, given it a good sand down, cleaned it all, so it looks nice now. So I'm just going to give it some silver paint, high heat silver, just to make it look brand new again. I have actually preheated this. I've heated it up with a heat gun. So it's nice and warm. So this stuff's going to bake on really well. If I'm honest, it's a little bit too warm. Wow. Very warm. Ooh. Just giving it a dusting, really. You have to go mad. It just gives it a brand new aluminium look. That's what we're after. Beautiful, that. Right, I want to clean this throttle body up. As you can see, it's quite oily, dirty. So I just want to make it look a bit better. Just going to use a bit of petrol and some soft brushes. And there we go. I have just pressure washed it off with some hot water, and it looks as close to new as I can get it without a vapor blast in it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Right, guys, block's had 2 coats. It's getting touch dry now, so I'm really happy with it. Obviously, I still need to sand off the faces again because obviously the odd bit of paint was got on. But yeah, not bad. So I'm going to let that harden and move on to something else, I think. Right, guys, next job is this inlet manifold. Now, it is in pretty good condition, if I'm honest. It's just a little bit grubby, a little bit oxidised. I'm going to give it a good clean and I'll give it a coat of satin silver paint. Just make it look new again. Done and ready for paint. And last up for today's video, the thermostat housing. It's pretty manky, but I reckon I can clean this up really nice. So as you can see, I'm using the wire wheel on a bench grinder. It works an absolute treat. And the results speak for themselves. So you've got a 2-pin coolant temperature sensor, which goes to the ECU. Now these fail quite a lot and they're really easy to test with a multimeter checking the resistance. You've also got a 1-pin temperature sensor, which goes to your temperature gauge on your dash. Right, these are now ready. They've been degreased. They're all clean. Put some paint on them. First off, going to wear a mask. So I've just put this back together. It looks brand new again. I've got a new O-ring to go on there. I'll obviously save that until I put it back together. So there we go, guys. We have got a nice shiny block. We've got a pile of nice shiny parts. So I'm going to wrap the video up there, I think. I think in the next video, we're going to take the crank out because the customer's now decided he wants to go full works replace the shells and the piston rings. So cranks coming out, con rods, pistons, the lot. If that interests you, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. See you later, guys. Bye bye.